Hey everybody, GReimer here coming at you once again from the Lost Isle Zoo, doing some more building for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy on the zoo itself. Last week we did a tree monitor exhibit. Some people called it a terrarium, which it kind of looks like it. We're going to get to that in just a second. I got a little bit more pressing issues to deal with though, and that's these guys, okay? These guys are everywhere on the island, and they're still around. There's still one more somewhere, right here, there he is. Kill him before he poisons me. Okay, so we have to do some tree monitor naming, though. You guys absolutely just dominated down in the comment section for the tree monitors. Gave me a lot of good suggestions, which is really good, because otherwise they would have been named Steve 1 through 4. Okay, so we're we're gonna get down into the little hidey hole and do a little bit of lizard naming. As always, I would like to preface this by saying if I did not select your name, please keep trying, because there's a whole lot of animals to name, and I am definitely going to need some assistance going forward. But for right now, we're just going to start off with the first one. The first one is going to be named Sony. All right, now, ooh, that's cap locks. All right, yep, Sony, because they're a company that actually makes computer monitors and TV monitors, and these are monitor lizards after all. That was suggested by Matt Myers. Thank you very much for that. And then the next one is going to be named Hall Monitor. Okay, Hall Monitor. Whoops, there goes the anvil. Hall Monitor was suggested by Evil Banana 07, and I like the pun. I like the pun because they are a monitor lizard. It's a Hall Monitor. I love puns like that. I gotta make another anvil. Okay, now the next one is going to be named Mondo. All right, now Mondo was actually suggested by a couple. That's totally not, yeah, Mondo. All right, there we go. Capital M on that. That's a pretty awesome thing to do. Mondo is actually a character from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, I believe it was. I think it's just in the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story. Mondo Gecko, if I'm not mistaken, was the character's name. It's been a while. It's been a while, but you know who didn't forget that? Jordan Connings and Gronk Benfica. You guys both remembered that, so thank you guys for suggesting Mondo. Now, if you guys remember last season, we did a couple of names for like the marine iguanas, and one of them was Gojira. Okay, Gojira, which is the actual name for Godzilla. This season, we're actually going to do Godzilla. We're doing Godzilla because Poke Squad Hindi and Haley Inglis both suggested it, and I think it's a perfect name for a lizard. Okay, so last episode, you guys recall, we started a whole brand new section on the zoo because we're running out of real estate, especially on this side of the volcano. We're basically out. We don't have much more room. We do have to finish a whole lot more pathing and stuff. I've been meaning to get in here and do a live stream, so stay tuned to the community tab on the channel for that, because I really do. It might even be happening this weekend if I can fit it in. Really, seriously, it's like life sometimes gets in the way. Who'd have thought? But all right, so last week, though, we built this. All right, now this was the tree monitor exhibit. And it looks pretty good. I got some reassurance from our pal Tinnikin that this actually is a proper size because the lizards aren't like super huge, but they're not like small. So this should work just fine for them. So makes me feel good about that. Now, what doesn't make me feel good is that I don't know if these things are going to attack me and bite my face off. Okay, I really don't. I don't know if that's the thing. Now I'm gonna get the trank gun ready. Does this thing have dirt in it? No, it does not. Ooh. How do I load? Oh, do I? Oh, I don't have darts. All right, let's get some darts and let's load this thing up. Make sure that's good and loaded, okay? Because I might have to, you know, pop one of them if it gets a little rowdy. I don't know if these things are going to attack me or not. I do not know. Right now they're named green female, black male, yellow female, and blue female because that's, I guess, what they are for breeding purposes. These were given to me earlier in the season by Maddie. And now, months later, I'm getting to actually get to a point where I can actually, like, put them in an exhibit. So, all right, we're going to have to keep some stuff on the hotbar here, but, oh man, this is going to be tough. If these things attack me, I could be in some trouble. Now, I do have thorns on my pants. I really wish I didn't, because that always gets me in trouble here. Let's just make sure I do have food fully. Okay, we're good. Let's keep the gun ready, because things could get a little sketchy here. But, all right, so we're going to put down Sony in the corner here. Oh, it's a little thing. Look at that thing. It's adorable. Okay, here I'm thinking these things are going to just be, like, mauling me. Well, who knows? I could have quite a bite. I mean, did you ever see those like little things from Jurassic World? Those little compies? Yeah, could be like one of those things. But that thing is adorable. Look at its stupid face, yes. All right, so that was Sony. Now let's put down Hall Monitor. All right, Hall Monitor we're gonna put down right here. Oh, look at that one. That's adorable too. There we go, bam. All right, so Hall Monitor has been added. Nice. All right, let's get some room here and get the next one down here too. Let's we'll add Godzilla last. Okay, we're gonna be putting in Mondo. Mondo is putting right there. Get it. Oh my God, Mondo, you gotta be difficult. There you go, Mondo. Got him. He's hiding in the back corner there. These things are, yeah, they're not very big, are they?
That's what she said.
All right, now Godzilla. All right, Godzilla's going in. We're gonna put him right there. Ooh, I'm trying to put down the name tag. Godzilla. Ooh, that's like a good. Oh, he's hiding in the. I got him. Okay. Oh, you can pick him up. You can pick him up. You can pick. Oh, that does not look good. Okay, you can pick. You can pick him up. Okay, let's put him back down. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. There you go. There you go, Godzilla. Enjoy your stay there. Yeah. Oh, that looks a little awkward, but all right. So there we go. We got the the monitor, the tree monitors that put in place. Yeah, these are not very big lizards, are they? They are little guys. I hope they do not suffocate in blocks or anything like that. And they were fully grown. I was looking to see if maybe they weren't. Yeah, but no, these things are just adorable little guys. Okay, I was like, you can take fall damage from climbing. Apparently they can climb stuff. I mean, they are tree monitors, right? So I guess I should have seen that coming. Is there anything in here that's like 4 blocks tall that they are going to take fall damage from going down on? I don't think so. Look at these guys just bouncing in the corner. They're just having a blast. Okay. All right. Bouncing lizards aside. Okay, we got some stuff to do today. This tunnel goes all the way through the volcano, all the way to the other side. Okay. Now, I have some cool plans. Cool in air quotes, actually, because this doesn't really apply to what the plans actually are. It's more like hot plans for this part right here, because if you look at the map, you might notice, especially if I pull up the top part, that this is right underneath the caldera. Okay. I'm thinking magma chamber. Okay. Could look really cool in here. It's going to take a lot of digging, and it's going to take a lot of time. Time that I do not have right now. I'm also not interested in doing a magma chamber right now. That's probably something more for a live stream. I think that'd be a really cool live stream. What I am interested in doing is doing another exhibit. So this is going to be our reptile hall, all right? So I thought, why not add another reptile in the reptile hall? Which one to do, though? Caimans. We're doing Caimans. Okay, at the right here, we got 3 of them. So get your thinking caps on. Caimans are like, they're kind of like alligators. They're not alligators. Let me be clear. They're not actually alligators, but they are kind of like alligators. Okay, so they're kind of like that. So if you're trying to think of a name, we're going to be naming 3 Caimans later on, probably next episode. But get your thinking cap on down in the comment section if you could. Throw your best Caiman name. Now, I did do a quick like wiki search on these guys, all right? Like super fast, so I might have this completely wrong, but I was like, yeah, they're like crocodiles, or they're like alligators. Yeah, it's fine. It looks like wetland kind of areas in Central and South America these guys reside in, so try to stay away from swimming in those areas, I would say. But Caimans are, I mean, there's other things that are probably way worse than these things down there, but the Caimans reside primarily in like wetlands in those areas, and from what I can see in images and stuff, it looks kind of like creepers be creeping in that I should be taking a nap. But it also kind of looks like this isn't like super overgrown. It's not like really tall jungles and stuff like that. This is more like low marshy kind of stuff is the vibes I'm getting. All right, so I'm thinking a lot of water, a lot of mud, and a little bit of grass, and some heavy vegetation. And we could probably have something pretty sweet going on. I'm thinking about actually doing this exhibit. I'm just brainstorming right now, right here in front of you guys. I'm thinking about doing this here. You can watch my face. I'm thinking about doing this exhibit with like a whole lot of water and like half underwater, similar to what we did with the piranhas. Because I think these things are going to be like swimming in the water. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to drown them. If that's incorrect, someone tell me before the next episode. But yeah, I'm thinking about like a half underwater exhibit, so you can see them in the water swimming as well as above the water on the land. So I better go grab some blocks and get to that. Oh no, I have to dig out a cave first for these things. I don't have any place for them. You know what? I'm going to go do that. I'm a little pressed on time today, so it's just going to magically appear in front of your eyes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Sweet. We got the cave dug out. It's all done. It's done. All right, now, obviously the decoration isn't done, so there's still quite a bit to do. But I didn't actually tear up the ground because that's something I got to do still. But I mean, that's something actually I wanted to show you guys. So most of this is going to be underwater. All right. Now I do have to design the land. So do I have any like grass blocks or dirt with me. I actually don't know if I do. I have a little bit, not much. I have some coarse dirt in here, which is in the absolute wrong backpack. We all know that belongs in the bad backpack, so we're just going to yeet that back into there. What about the ground blocks? Do I have anything in the ground blocks that I can use? I got a little bit of dirt and an even less amount of grass. Okay, so I need to grab some dirt and grass and probably some mud and stuff and bring that in there. Do I have any mud with me? Did I bring any mud to throw at this thing? I got some soul sand. That's kind of like oh, I do have some mud. Okay, so great. I do have some of that. That's actually really good because I'm going to be incorporating that pretty heavily around the edges. Now, I do want to have chunks of this actually have land, like maybe in the back part of it, and then in the foreground here, almost like a pool, will just be the water. And I want to do it at least 2 blocks tall. Yeah, so you can actually see them. Maybe even one. Yeah, 2 blocks. 2 blocks tall, okay? Yeah, okay, we're going to do this like a thing, just like the piranha exhibit, so you can see it. So the outline for the land, I'm thinking, is going to be... oops, I forgot this thing doesn't actually... Oh, I didn't get enough back to make a whole thing. That is so stupid. Where did it go? It's conservation of mass, right? So where did it go? It just disappeared. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, let's do the land mass is going to be back here, though, and we'll have to go to, like, right there, alright? Yeah, like, it's right there. And then the rest of this will be water with a little bit of land and stuff kind of making up a little bit of an elevation change. Like, maybe even, let's take out this torch here, and we'll put, like, another land mass, like, right here, close to the front. This will give the Caimans a little area that they could hide behind, so I'll have to keep that in mind, but you know what? Sometimes that's part of the exhibit. They have the little spots that they can hide in, you know? So, I know this just kind of looks like I'm putting down poop. When you think about it, just brown blocks. But you know what? It's going to look good in the end. Just trust the process. For those of you who have seen some of these videos and you're like, what the heck is he doing? Just trust the process. It'll work out in the end. But I do need to go grab some dirt blocks and some grass blocks and take a nap because it is getting dark out and you know what creepers be doing. Okay, I got some more dirt. I got some grass. I even grabbed some gravel and some sand while we were back there. Now, I'm not too sure on the sand. I'm probably going to use that really sparingly because this isn't supposed to be like a sandy bottom. More like a clay type of bottom would probably make a little bit more sense, or mud. I just don't like when I'm going for a clay bottom, I don't really like using clay blocks because I think it's like, well, the name is clay, so why don't you? No, it's not that. It's that clay blocks are like gray, and clay can a lot of times can be a variety of different colors. Like it can be like red or bluish. I guess, well, it's kind of already got the bluish color, you know, like the gray is kind of like a bluish tone. But it can be like fire brick stuff or whatever, you know, it can be like reddish in color, and I kind of like how that looks too. But like in reality, a lot of times when I see clay, it almost looks like a kind of like this. Actually, it looks almost like this kind of color mixed in with some sand and other sediments and stuff like that. So it doesn't really look blue so much when you're dealing with like the bottom of rivers and whatnot. So I usually just leave it out, but we make up our own bottom for these rivers. So now this is the bottom of like a marshland kind of stuff. All right, so we're gonna go with a whole lot of mud. All right, so a whole lot of mud's gonna be in here. We're gonna be throwing this stuff all over the place, but then we're gonna have to sprinkle in with other bits and bobs to make this make sense. Now, if the water comes up here, I actually don't really want them getting stuck underwater because I don't know if they're gonna need air. I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna need air. So hopefully I don't kill these things. I'll feel so bad if I do. Now this part right here can actually be filled in with stone because this is where the next level up is going to go. So I can just fill this all in with stone because we're not going to see that part anyway. And then we're going to put some grass on top of that mixed in with some mud. I'm actually in range of the beacon here, which is a pretty nice thing. The beacon is on top of the volcano though, so it's quite a ways away. Okay, there we go. That's all we got. Now, there's not a lot of, like, wiggle room here. Like, I might want to raise the roof up just a little bit. I'm not really liking how this is turning out with how crunched it is in here. It's not going to leave me a lot of room to do any decorating, so I'm going to raise the roof up just a wee bit. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. Now, as far as blending this in, I'm thinking about taking some of this gravel out, or this mud, rather, out, and I'm going to replace it with actual grass. And what we're going to do is we're going to blend the grass in with the mud, so that means I'm also gonna have to put some mud up on the second layer here as well, so that it's not just like layers, you know, it's not like here's the grass and here's the mud. So we're gonna sprinkle this in together so that it kind of blends together a little bit more smoother. Now, some of this grass is absolutely going to be then underwater because the water is going to go up 2 layers. Remember, now this has to get filled in. So that means this is layer 1, this is layer 2 then. So the water is going to go right up to where the grass is. So this is going to be a very lowland, marshy kind of bog area, which is, from what I read very briefly on the Wikipedia, that's that's kind of what it should be. But we're still going to blend the grass in. I think the grass will survive if it's only 1 block underwater, if there's enough light. So that's going to be another important thing coming up here in a little bit. Now, I did not grab it, but do I have it with me? Yes, Podzol. All right, sweet. Let's grab these 11 blocks right here, because I think Podzol would fit in really well, like especially along the edge of this here. If we like sprinkle it in like so. Oh yeah, yeah, different color brown there, a little bit lighter color than the mud, and I think that's going to work out real well up here on the grass part. Okay, so that just kind of leaves this bottom part here, which is going to be farther under the water. It's going to be 2 blocks down, so a little bit deeper water. And for that, we're going to bust out the coarse dirt here, and we're going to start sprinkling this in here as well. Pretty heavily, not like crazy amounts, but pretty heavily in this area as well. And then we're going to start sprinkling, actually kind of pretty, like when I say pretty heavily, I mean like I'm going to be putting a lot of this stuff in. And then we're going to be sprinkling in between it gravel, and then I'm thinking we're going to top it all off with a very, very light dusting of sand. Okay, now some of these elevations that are a little bit higher up here, what we're going to do is we're going to add in a little bit of coarse dirt to them. Not much. It's still going to be mainly mud. I don't want to add any of the gravel or anything like that, because as the water's kind of moving around, sloshing around, I think that gravel and like something that has larger rocks, not sand either, something that has larger rocks in it and stuff would probably sink a little bit farther down. So I think I'm going to keep it true to being mainly the mud, and then a little bit of coarse dirt mixed in with it. Now that's basically it for the land, okay? I think the next step would probably be to actually add glass in the front of this, because I have the bricks laid out, but I don't have anything. I got this like little support column going right here. I'm going to have to obviously add this up and pretty it up when I get to doing this this hallway. That's for future GReimer to deal with. Screw that guy. We're just going to be focusing on this exhibit right now. So I think maybe if I put the glass in next, and then we can get around to doing some of the vegetation in here. Alright, glass put in. Now, I do have to be a little bit wise on this, okay? Because I can't just, like, I can't just bust a hole in the side of this, because I'm about to put water in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a glass staircase up here to where the water level is. We're going to knock out these 2 blocks right here. Those 2 blocks right there will take that place when it comes time to seal this up. So we should be good there. Now, I think it's time. I don't think I can avoid it any longer. It's time to bust out a couple of these things here and get some water flowing in here. It's time to fill this exhibit up with water. All right, we got some water put in now. Look at this place. Sweet. Now, this part right here kind of concerns me, because I do not want to actually drown the Caimans, and I don't know if they can't surface here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually raise this part up a little bit so that there is no actual spot for them to kind of like hide underneath. So there's nowhere for them to hide. That way they don't run the risk of drowning actually inside of the exhibit, because I'm a little worried about that. Is there a spot over here at all? Yeah, there's one spot right there. Okay, I gotta just kind of just pop that bad boy out, and it should be good. I can probably raise that up a little bit there, just kind of give a better formation to the cave. Yeah, all right. So, in fact, this whole thing kind of looks terrible. Let me fix this up just a little bit. That looks a little bit better. I would actually like to bring this down, but I don't... Actually, if I did this, that would work too. Well, they could get stuck in right there. You know what? We're just going to do everything I just did right there and just... Oh, look at that. That is some haste at doing it what haste does. Except for now I have a invisible block someplace. Where? Right there. Okay. I could tell I did because I was running into nothing. Alright, we'll just leave it like that. It's not perfect, but I don't want to kill off the big lizards I'm putting in here, so we'll just say it's good enough. Maybe just pop that out real quick, too, because it looks so weird. Do that. Perfect. Alright, and same thing for down there. Pop that out, too, and replace it with some stone. Perfect. Alright, so there we go. We got the water added, and we got our little bit of land that we have back here. Not a lot. That's okay, because like I think these guys probably like water significantly more. Okay, so now let's move on to... vegetation, I guess, would be a good thing. So I am going to go into the backpack pack first for this, and we're going to grab a bunch of spruce leaves, and I was going to say willow, but I think I used all those things up. Okay. I think, oh no, they're right here. There's some willow leaves there, okay. We're going to grab a bunch of spruce leaves, because underwater, these look pretty good. They look like they're waterlogged leaves, you know, so we're going to go with that. And then above water, the willow leaves will probably look pretty good. Now, I have night vision whenever I get in the water here, but that's not something that other people are going to have. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to hide some lighting. I have 5 pieces of glowstone to my name, all right? So we got to hide them in here somewhere, preferably underwater. I think this spot right here would be a perfect spot for one, because you can recess it down like that. There we go, and then you can start filling it in with some leaf blocks. Now these leaf blocks can actually like kind of come up and like form like a kind of a boggy area actually in this area. So I think this looks really good, and it's going to give them a little something extra to stand on. It's not going to be just like just, you know, the lily pads or something like that. There's actually going to be like almost like bushes in the water, you know, as weird as that might sound. I think I can I not waterlog these? Or is it waterlogged and I'm just not seeing it right? I thought I could waterlog leaves. Maybe I can't, because these don't look like they're waterlogged. Ah, well, whatever. They look fine. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of hidden lights in the water here to try to brighten up the underwater area so that as the caimans are swimming around here, people can actually see them. Okay, I got a lot of them put in, and I think this works out fairly well. I didn't really use any willow leaves because none of them came out of the water, but I can do that now. I can kind of sprinkle them in on top here, especially in the areas where it's a little bit more dense, you know, where there's a few more leaves actually kind of poking out. Again, here in the corner as well. Got one more right there. That looks pretty good. All right. Now, there's not really any trees so much that I was seeing in the kind of some of the images. It's more like just shallow bushes and stuff. So I don't really want to go too crazy on like trees in the area. And as far as the bushes go, I mean, we're kind of already adding them, but they're kind of recessed into the water, you know? So I think what we'll do is actually just move right onto like the actual plants that we can sprinkle in here. Now, I'm thinking we're going to have a lot of fun when it comes to like the things in the plant backpack. You know, the things that go in the water especially. I think we'll come out to be looking really, really cool. Just throw all that stuff in there right now, just make some room in my inventory. And we're going to go in here now. Sure, we're going to float some of that on the surface. Tiny lily pads, you betcha. Big lily pads, hopefully the lizards don't get caught underneath those and suffocate and die. That'd be really depressing. Let's grab some of these dead bushes as well for the surface. Fan palms are always a good choice. Willow vine would be good, but it's going to spread like actual vines, so I'm not going to use that. Water silk, probably a good idea. Let's actually put all the stuff that goes on top of the water over here, including the lily pads. Let's put everything else on top. Red Mirio actually goes under the water as well, so we're going to drop that down there. And we could even throw some sea pickles, although that doesn't really make much sense, but it would work great for the lighting. I just don't think it's going to make much sense, though, in this exhibit, though, because, I mean, there's just not sea pickles where this is going. It's the same thing with kelp. I don't really think there's going to be a lot of kelp in there. This is more like freshwater stuff, so we're going to probably have to leave that out of the water and just go with seagrass maybe when we get in there and start adding more vegetation. So let's go ahead and add some of this sledge stuff on top. I don't have a whole lot of this, so we're going to just kind of like be a little conservative with this stuff so that we don't overuse it. And then we're going to do that, and then over here we're going to put in a couple more pieces, and right here, and then we'll put one more like right there. All right, sweet. That's about all we're going to do for adding the sludge on top. I don't really want it to be too murky anyway, so that works out pretty good. I probably have some more of that stuff someplace anyway, so just one last quick look so I'm not forgetting. Eucalyptus tree, we're going to drag this down here too, just because I think that might look pretty good in the exhibit. I'm not seeing it if I have it. You guys might be seeing it, but I'm not. Poison ivy, we're leaving that out for sure. Water lettuce. I take it this goes on the surface, I'm guessing. Let's actually put these things back while we're at it. Get some room in my inventory. Water lettuce. Does this go on the surface? What does this look like? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're definitely using that. We are definitely using that. That looks really cool, too. It, like, hangs down. I think this... Doesn't this grow? Oh, it's a ZAWA thing. I was wondering if it grew into something on the surface. I don't really know. I don't think it does, though. But it does look cool under the water, though. You can see it there for sure. This is a good thing to add. How did I not add this in, like, the piranha exhibit? I think that would have probably looked cool, too. But that might be all we have to add, though. I kind of want to... It's a little asymmetrical right now. Or a little bit symmetrical right now with one there, middle, and then one over here. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to leave it the way it is. All right, let's start adding some lily pads, some little lily pads to this. And what am I stuck on? I'm like having trouble walking or something like that. Is it because I'm having connection problems? I'm having connection problems. Who'd have thought? All right, connection issues aside, let's get this thing going here and start adding in some little lily pads so we can give a nice little murkiness to all this. I think that the little lily pads are going to be like the real selling point for how kind of grungy this is, you know. And then we'll even sprinkle in, especially in these open areas, a couple of larger lily pads. Not too many of them. Mainly it's the little lily pads that I'm going to be using in this. And plus, these are really bright green. I'm not too sure I really like that. I kind of like it keeping it look like a little bit more of a swamp. But I think that's probably pretty good for the lily pads and the surface stuff. All right, now let's go explore this red Mirio, and we're going to get underwater here. We're going to put a couple of these things in various places. And hopefully this is the right kind of exhibit for these guys, because it's looking pretty grungy and murky. I'm thinking they'll like this. All right, that's probably good for the red Mirio, and that's probably good for everything underwater aside from tall grass or for some seagrass. Now, on the surface, though, I am having a hard time standing. Holy cow. I mean, it is a wetland after all, so it kind of makes sense. On the surface, let's take these dead bushes, and we're going to see if I can't put them on mud. That's a shame. So let's put a couple of these things down in places, almost as if the... I think I can't put them on grass either. I can only put them on the podzol. Okay, so literally a couple of them. Almost as if like the plants have kind of gotten overhydrated and they're kind of dying off, okay? So then we're going to sprinkle in a couple palm fronds where we can, or fan palms rather, wherever we can. Maybe can we fit one more like somewhere over here? Oh my god, please move. I'm stuck on water silk. It's like the cobwebs of the sea. All right, so there we go. We got some of those things put in. The eucalyptus trees themselves. Maybe put one. Oh, the silk. Put one there, and that might be it. Let's just add one in there for right now. That might be it. Do I have any other plants that I want to add onto the top? A lot of these are too tall. Ooh, cattails. I could actually sprinkle a couple of these things in places because that would make a lot of sense. So we'll do that just like right there, maybe. Yeah, that should be fine. That'll be fine. All right, so we got some cattails put in. I don't think there's anything. Oh, mushrooms, toadstools. I can squeeze these in somewhere. Perfect. All right, so we got a couple of them added, especially on the sides there. I think that looks just fine and dandy. I'm trying to stand on the water lettuce. It's not working so well. All right, let's just squirt a lot of the stuff back into the backpack here, the plants backpack, and get that out of my inventory. I don't think there's anything else that I really want to add. Maybe I could put like a couple pieces of yellow bamboo someplace, almost like they're growing, but they've died off, you know. That might look all right, you know. Let me grab a little bit of bone meal here and just yeet that onto there. Get that up. So it's going to be growing right into the cave side there, so that's fine. I think that's probably pretty good. It's probably pretty good for this exhibit. It's mainly the water is the real exhibit. The land is not as important. But we are going to have to grab a whole bunch of bone meal now. So let's grab some bones, turn that into a bunch of bone meal. And we're going to go through this whole exhibit here, and we're going to be giving it a little dusting of bone meal and knock that out too. Oh, yeah, lighting. Lighting on because as soon as the water or night vision goes away here, it gets kind of dark in here. Come on, get rid of the water. There we go. It gets kind of dark in here. The only lighting is actually underground there, which I mean, or under in the water actually, which I mean kind of would work really. It's supposed to be kind of dark and creepy, but I would really like it if people could actually see the things, especially if they're on land. So let's. Oh, I think I yeeted them into here into the backpack. Let's grab ourselves. Oh, I only have one bit of glowstone left, and we're gonna kind of knock this out here, and we're gonna put it right there to light up the back part of this. And then let's get the backpack out again. Gonna grab where are they? The willow leaves. Where do the willow leaves go? Right here. Good. Let's grab one of those things, and we're just gonna throw that in there. All right. So then hopefully from back here, people won't be able to really see that, and it'll light it up in the back a little bit. And I'll keep it dark on either side. I might pop back in here with more glowstone. I do have to go get some at a later date. I'm a little pressed for time today. And I'll light those up. Although I gotta admit, I do kind of like the idea of it actually being kind of darker on either side. It makes it a little bit creepier. Before I move on to the underwater section, adding some bone meal there, though, I do kind of want to grab some of these guys. And I want to kind of customize up the top of this cave just a little bit, because it's not really living up to my standards, yo. Okay, top of the cave is looking significantly better. Added a little cobble touch to it there. But underwater here, I also added some mossy cobble slabs so that, Peter, if you're watching, you'll be happy to see that they're there. And and also that they'll look real nice here then, because obviously being mossy, they'll be underwater. They'll be full of gunk, especially with all the gunk you see on the surface here. Yeah, so under here, though, we're going to go ahead and start adding in some seagrass, though. And now this stuff, I'm going to actually knock out a whole lot of it here. But I do want to actually have quite a bit of it, though. Sprinkled in here though, because probably none of the double tall stuff either, but I just knocked out way too much of it there. But yeah, just a whole lot of it growing down here though to make this place seem really overgrown. Okay, that has got a cool look to it. All right, that is a lot of like vegetation under the water. So this is what people are going to see as they're watching these not alligators but caimans like swimming around down here, because it's going to be at head level for them. All right. So I really hope that these things don't like drown down here. All right, so all we got to do now is just kind of add in some taller grass up here. I don't really need the super tall grass, not that kind. Let's grab the shears, because I keep getting super tall grass, and I need to just like tear it down so I can manually place it. Look at that, both times, once again, got the super tall stuff. Let's break this thing up here with the shears this time, though, so that we can go, no super tall grass, bad. I want the smaller stuff. You know, I think that's it. Honestly, I really do. Is there any kind of flowers we can add in here? I don't really think so. This isn't exactly known for having like sweet, colorful vegetation, and at least not in the pictures I saw. These water hawthorns might work though, as far as adding more detail on top of the water, because I believe they go on top of the water. Yeah, they do. So I could probably sprinkle these things in here too, like in various places, like maybe right there too. And let's put one more maybe over in right here. Yeah, there we go. And I think these actually go down in the water a little bit. Yeah, they do. So they actually added a cool little touch to this place here. Just a wee bit. Okay, let me get outside the exhibit here once and look back and see. Okay, yeah, see, this is looking good. You can see half under the water, and you can even see a little bit on top of the water. I think one way to actually combat that so that people can actually see up a little bit is to actually increase this in some spots, like just by even a half a block, they can even see up top there, you know? So I do want to kind of pretty up the front of this cave too, but this is all detailing that's going to have to be done like once I get to detailing out the entire tunnel, so because I wanted to blend in with that. But I think let me actually pop these things off and put them back, and I can show you what this actually is going to look like. Okay, there it is in all its glory. It's a little bit of a darker exhibit, and I think that's okay and fine. I might add more lights in it later, maybe heat lamps in the back or something, or more hidden lighting possibly. This part right here I don't really like because you can actually see the land. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the ground backpack real fast, grab some stone directly out of there, make some room in my inventory here so I can reach this, and I'm going to actually replace some of this with the actual stone. Yeah, let me get in here. I'm gonna flood the hallway just a little bit, but that's okay. With actual stone instead, if I can squeeze through here. Yeah, that might work. That might work a little bit better. Okay, I might play around with that for a little bit too and try to figure out if this is gonna work out or if this is just gonna look like crap. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't really like this. I don't mind the cobble slab in front, but I don't. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Okay, I'll play around with that a little bit. I'm not too sold on it yet. But alright, I think that's going to be about it, though. We do have 3 Caimans, so if you guys could go down in the comments section and give me your best Caiman names. Remember, they're kind of like alligators. I want to see what Caiman names you can come up with. Alright, so this is a little bit of a weird episode, a little bit of a quick episode, actually, I think, because I did a whole lot of building really fast. Didn't have a lot of time today, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys do like how the exhibit turned out. This is actually kind of an interesting one. The only one in the zoo that even kind of seems similar to this is the piranha exhibit, where you can see underwater as well in that one. So kind of a cool exhibit. I like it. Hopefully you guys like it too. And if you did like this video, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. You know, the YouTube algorithm and all that jazz. But hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday and have yourself a good week. And keep an eye on the community tab. If I can squeeze in a live stream from here, I'm definitely going to do it. Probably going to have some connection issues because that seems to be a thing. I have passed that on to my tech guy, the guy that's running the server. He's looking into it. I think it's kind of strange, but you know, we'll see if we can figure it out. But alrighty guys, have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.